So this election, you're gonna see some ugly heads gonna come out. Of both parties. Watch. Oh yeah. It is probably, yeah. Picture. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but picture if I'm cooling right now. You know how many I have? Tell me if I'm cooling. If I'm cooling right now, y'all, tell me how many people would be in the chat. Cooling become more popular now. Yeah. If I'm cooling right now, tell me how many people I would have in the chat. A number, ballpark number. Oh God, not even anybody. If I sell my soul, cooling. How many people I have in the chat? Yeah, that's a start. That's a start, yeah. Right now. And let me ask y'all this. I don't have my channel ain't monetized yet, so I got a cash app. How much cash app I would get right now? Ballpark number, anybody? How much cash apps I would get right now? Ballpark number. Yeah, that's a start. Per day, yeah. So every day, so I coon every day on here. Yeah, I don't have to worry about no bills. I got some left on. And I can say, God, now we're talking about 500. That could be higher, 2,000. That could be higher. But he's right what he said. I pay all my bills now. Let me get to it. I get two. If I'm cool, I get 2,000 right now. I'm telling you, I know I'm going to tell you this.
Nowadays I can't believe what's going on in front of me. I don't want.
But next month I can pay my rent. And other bills, after that I can just chill. If this channel would have been monetized right now, and God and I would give me a ballpark number of super chats I would get. Anybody, it goes to anybody. Ballpark number. A ballpark number. A super chat. I've been cooling. Yeah. You about right. I would think about 10,000. But 5,000 is a start. YouTube checks be looking lovely. Yeah, picture God now I get 2,000 of cash app and 5,000. I mean, I think you get paid twice a month or once a month. What? And listen, I'm good. I keep it working like that. I'm good for the rest of you. So I can take some of that money if I want to move out. I can move out. Oh, I go to YouTube. you know, tell them to switch same address and all that. Yeah. Raking in the dome, coolie. You want to grip? That call that 10G, right? And then you move your new apartment. You can still save some money, and you want to get it like a 2-bedroom. You can take other bed. You can take the other room, make it as a studio. Cause you be cool, Nate. Hey, good boys, I be selling myself. Fuck y'all, fuck that, man. Yeah, man, yeah, fuck that, man, yeah. Guy night with a loaded thumb, fuck that nigga, man. Fuck that black man, fuck that, man. Yeah, I'm selling that. yeah. Deacon, fuck y'all, man. I'm selling that. Fuck that, man. Yeah, I'm with the EdMinister. Yo, the minister now. Yo, ain't no such thing as a racist country. Ain't no such thing as slavery. Yo, the money that we get right now is part of reparations. Y'all can hear me, press one. I don't know what you're talking about. This country has been good to us, and we fail to understand. Be a good old boy. Yeah. White life matters and all life matters. Yeah.
White life.
Let me say that. White life matter, all life matters. Shoot. Tell the 10G God now it would be up to 25G. 50G. I got paid on YouTube. Charlie calling like what? I'm not doing it, cause that's not me. But hey, cool, man. She cool to get you weight, cool to get you places, man. She It's a video room, yeah. Like I said, anybody wants to come up, you can come up. I mean, like, but it's sad though that you got some that want to do that and they get paid for it, but the ones that is like us willing to talk the truth. Okay, ones willing to, you know, the truth. We don't get help. Hey, ain't no such thing as police brutality. Ain't no such thing of discrimination. Okay, alright, I don't see you, man. I see you right here. Oh, okay, there he is.
All right,
there you
we
go. All right, bro, there you go. How you doing?
Hold on a second here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Peace. How you doing there, brother?
Finally, me too. Peace to you and your family.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I just want to say, as I do to all the persons that I come on their platform, it's always an honor to meet our people out here in in these YouTube streets.
Yes, sir.
And you got me up early this morning. I usually get up very early, but I don't get up to make videos like this, you know, talking to people. But I did get your message, and the brothers did tell me about you. This is the first time I've ever, of course, come on your channel, and I didn't really have a time to even study your video, so I really don't know I don't know anything about you, period.
Well, you know, if you want to, you can study it, or you can ask me questions you want. Yeah. Right here. I ain't got nothing to hide. Yeah. Study my channel.
Yeah, so it's when you're talking to people, it's good that you know where they're coming from by studying their material.
Definitely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but when you don't know, it sort of puts you out.
Yeah, it's like a stretch. Well, I could tell. Well, before you ask questions, my channel is diverse. I talk about everything. But do I have man talks? Yeah, I do have man talks. Do I talk about people to help out people? Yes. Do I criticize both parties? Yes, I do. I'm all heart, and I'm here for our people. No matter you disagree or disagree, I'm here for our people. To be better. I always talk about the past scholars that we need to learn from, so we could build off that. I'm all about the black man, the black woman. You know, we got to straighten this out so we keep our families together. The man got to be right, and the woman got to be right. That we got to help our children. We got to help the young ones, because I'm an older guy. I'm gonna be 58 in June, so I have an obligation to help out the young, to let them know I don't want you to go through the certain mistakes I do. So I put myself out there.
Exactly.
I believe you put yourself out there, and they see the example. They know that you're there, and so. Again, I'm not here in book. You guys, anybody, I'm not here in book. Listen, I can stand be corrected and everything. So that too. So I if you want to go through my channel, be more than welcome. It's there.
Yeah. It's very few people. Just like you just said, it's very few people who would tell or say that and admit and embrace correction. You know, the majority, I'm not going to say the majority, but so many out here, the voices that you hear, you don't hear them say that. They bring you a program, they bring you an opinion or an ideology or belief, and they stand on it like it's true.
Yeah.
And you cannot talk to people like that, because they're loyal to that narrative. They're not willing to change. But see, it's like a trapped animal. We don't even have survival instincts. I remember when I was younger, I saw a rat. We had big bow rats where I lived. I mean, they was like cats.
Yes.
You know where I lived at. I saw this big rat drop into a hole. And of course, the rat, his first instinct was just to simply jump out of the hole. It was too, he couldn't jump that far. But if you notice in a rat, if that don't work, then the rat, even in his little tiny mind, tries different things. How am I going to get out of here? If the rat just stayed on doing what, you know, his first instinct, and the rat saw that it wasn't working. But if he kept doing that, that's a waste of time. He just would have jumped until he died.
Yes.
And wouldn't have made no progress. So this is a rat. Or this is all animals. You have animals, I haven't seen it, but I heard that you have animals that will bite their foot off in order to escape a trap. I saw a survival story where this Caucasian man, he was trapped somewhere, and he was stuck out, his arm got pinned under a rock or something like that. He took his axe and chopped his arm off, or whatever it was, his hand off, to get free from the rock, because there was no way he's going to get out of there. And that's, of course, that's desperation. But the bottom line is, when you're trapped, you have to find different ways of escaping the trap. You can't just say, well, you know, the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or the teachers of the Moorish Science Temple, well, you know, Marcus Garvey said, and you know, so and so said. You cannot depend on that. You have to be able to be flexible in order to escape the trap. One of our problems is we don't understand the trap. We think that we understand this trap that we're in, and by your actions, I can see that you really don't understand the situation that you're in. You understand that you're in a trap. And this is why I was like them. I used to talk about our elders back in the past. Well, Dr. King should have did this, and Dr. Malcolm X should have done that, and blah, 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 blah. We can always talk after the fact. They didn't know. They were swimming in new waters. Our people never rose up, especially to that degree, against a government. They didn't have no idea what they was facing or what they was dealing with.
And go more on your point, bro. We gotta understand what traps that we in, because I said Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they gotta do what they have to do at that time.
Yeah.
And so this is the question that y'all set me up, but in a good way. But that's what I've been talking. I said, look, like I love Dr. Martin Luther King. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I mock him because he was about do for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need the government and stuff to do something. But I understand what you're saying, that we were swimming, right? Mm-hmm. But to get to the land, we never get to the land because the wave always.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that me being a 58-year-old man, that's where we at. I remember back in the day when you talking about, I don't know how old you are, and they go, you look 35. Just letting you know, you look 35.
No, I don't look to 35. I'm 2 years older than you are.
I'm young. I'm young. But what I'm saying is just that, you know what I'm saying, bro, that we have information to make us get to our land and to build on it. We have information of our past scholars, and people had laid the foundation, even though they didn't have that much resources, but they know something that we can get there. And so we gotta have these conversations like me and you having right now as black men, even black women, but we gotta have these people like this, that when it's going to be that time, we're gonna pass that wave.
Mm-hmm. Together.
Despite our indifference, I give case in point, I always use this. If Brother Angel right here got a better plan to us to get to that land so we could build on our people, mine is going to be in the pocket. So this is the key right here. Are we willing to be team players? But back then they were team players. We don't hardly have no team players right now. As for me personally, I'm frustrated. Because there's not enough team players. Listen, I'm going to put my thing in my pocket, my plan in my pocket, and we're going to roll with Angel. Put your pride on the side, people. Mm-hmm. Put your pride on the side. And that's what frustrates me too. I mean, like, you don't have to have a big plan to make. We have information. We have information to make it. That's what I'm saying, that for me personally, it frustrates me sometimes that I do content because our people, like you said, our people don't want to be woke.
Yes. So
if you're not being woke, what do you think our kids ain't being woke? They're traps. There's a lot of traps I'm seeing out here, and I'll be like this, like I scratching my skin, like, do you see what they talking about? They're actually telling you what they're going to do. Oh, they like this. Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I'm talking to the evil guy. Yeah. But you turn back, but you want to roll with me though. No. You stand over here. Don't come over here. Black man or black woman. And so We gotta have these discussions, like we told my brother. We gotta have these discussions, and it's gotta be consistent. But see, we could be talking about history, you know. They like this. Nah, I'm here for our people. You know, I started against the evil system. I don't mind it. I don't fight. I don't care. If it means to me to go to somebody to pick up and run with it. And so we got our work cut out for us, but gotta cut. I mean, so like you, I'm frustrated too. You know, sometimes our differences get in the way of the bigger plan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad too, because we let our differences become the truth. Difference cannot become the truth. No, you cannot. You cannot make history like that. If we got a certain difference, if I got a certain difference of this brother right here, no, me and him are black men. It doesn't make a difference. We got to get to that land to build for our people. We still letting this wave of indifferences coming in. Oh yeah, oh look at me, and it goes to black women too. I'm on your head too, because you should know better too. Oh, I don't need it. Yeah, okay. Then but when you hit that wave, oh, that money comes in, or that prestige coming, or they tell you how good you look, and then you start doing a little dancing like an Al Jolson did, and all this and that. But what I'm saying though, when that wave gone, what you gonna do then? When that wave is gone, when they took that wave away from you, what you gonna do then? What direction of land you want to be on? Because you cannot be on the truthful land, because the truthful land ain't for you. You chose that wave. Go with that evil wave. If you're not willing to change.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to change, we got what? Well, you gotta change. If you're not willing to change, go right ahead. No problem. So it comes down for me, it's all about choices. Do we want it as a people, or we don't?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would.
But we have to make certain sacrifice too.
Exactly. Well, I would tell you, and this is the reality of it. The people themselves, or the masses,
yes,
aren't interested. That's the reality of it.
Say it again. Say it again.
The reality is, the masses themselves aren't interested. And see, this is where you have your problem. This is where the frustration come in, because they're not interested. They're not interested because somewhere between now and the civil rights movement, those people that came out of that time period dropped the ball. Because if they had kept their children in that mindset and let them know, we ain't won nothing yet. The struggle continues, but that was not emphasized. So they became comfortable in the crumbs that was gained from that period of time. Because now they can go and do many things. I mean, even to this day, they have the freedom to become a millionaire. What you gonna say? What you gonna do to top that? I'm a basketball player. I'm a millionaire, or I'm this great businessman. What do I need? What is this liberation? What is this stuff that y'all talking about? I'm living good. I got swimming pools. I got 5 basketball courts in the back. Whatever. What you talking about? All this liberation. I am free, Negro. That's the mindset. This is my life. See, this is the thing about it. This is my life. Just like if you was talking to your dog. Your dog only knows being locked up in your house, and he has the life. 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day, whatever you give him. Go out on a walk and go to the groomers, whatever. What you mean go out into the forest? Chase some squirrels. Hunt my own. What you talking about? I got it made here. This is my life. And when you talk about a domesticated dog, that's all they know. That's all they know for generation after generation is domestication. Messing around with humans, Purina dog child, that's all they know. They have the skills. Because many dogs, you could put them, if you force them, they could actually, because I know my dog did it. You could force them into a forest, their instincts will kick in. They'll learn how to chase ducks, chase squirrels, or whatever it is. They will learn how to survive by their instincts. They can do that. They can go back. What they call it, when animals do that, they feral animals. You know, because I know in the state of Missouri, they got a problem with feral pigs. Somebody let out some domesticated pigs, they free, and now they create all kinds of havoc. In Florida, somebody let certain fish that's not even native out into the water, whatever. They learn how to make it. You know, those type of things. But they used to be domesticated. They used to be in somebody's, they was a pet at one time or whatever. Yeah. This is all that we know for 500, going on 500 years. This is our life. When you talk about the struggle, remember, the struggle was just a few people that made the change. The masses made no attempt to change nothing. Because if you just go to your family, how many of your family members was part of the movement? Not many was, but they benefit from the movement, but they did nothing in the movement. They benefited from the movement.
So Brother Angel, right? And something just came to my mind just a few seconds ago. And I want to ask you your opinion, right? So you talk about domestic, and I agree, right? Mm-hmm. So it's safe to say, right? Tell me if I'm right. Now, I can stand be corrected.
Exactly.
I don't mind that. So it's safe to say, and it just came to my mind. It popped in my mind. So really we talk about the movement. So majority of us, we just stationary, how I said it. Are we stationary, domestic, evil ones, regional ones? Is it safe to say that?
You have to clarify. I don't really know exactly what
you're saying. No, let me explain that.
Okay.
Domestic, you talking about domestic. So I'm talking about domestic evil ones. I'm talking about the ones that they don't want to grow. They just want to stand right here because they like the evil abundance that they get in.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, see, this is, like I said, this is all they know. It's not like, okay, say, I was locked up, I was incarcerated for 10 years, okay?
Right.
Okay. But I always wasn't incarcerated. I was incarcerated for 10 years. Then I come out. Now, first of all, why am I out? The number one reason why I'm out is because since I lived a free life, my life wasn't fully incarcerated, then that drive to get free was there to make me want to fight to get out of there, out of incarceration, to get out of oppression. But what if I was a baby and I was born there and that's all I know? So I'm fighting to get out of it, and I tell the little baby, won't you come with me? The baby look at, go with you where?
Where? Yeah.
Why? Because this is all that they know. Mm-hmm. Slavery was called an institution or being institutionalized. Being institutionalized is you have a people or individual that have become conditioned to live in a certain way of life.
Right.
And see, now look, this is the horrible thing. Even though I knew that being free would be better for me because I understood what that meant, what it was.
Right.
I still almost got caught up in being institutionalized because I was conditioned. I was being conditioned to. I had 3 meals a day. There was women I could talk to every day. I played basketball. You know, I was in. Look, brother. I'm going to admit it. I was sort of enjoying the life. I almost, I almost didn't want to leave. Matter of fact, I was getting everything. I just couldn't go nowhere. That's the only thing that I couldn't have. Anything else I could get. But I just couldn't leave. That's the only thing. And I don't have no bills to pay. I'm just enjoying my free life. No, don't have to get up at 9 to 5 and fight traffic, and don't have to worry about the police pulling me over, and it was getting to the point where I was actually liking it. One of my friends in the facility when I got released was trying to hurry me out of there. Grab your stuff and get out. Grab it before they change their mind. They ain't gonna change their mind because it's a court order. It's been done. But I just wanted to. I didn't really want to leave fast. I wanted to hang around with the people because this is all I've known for the last 10 years.
Right.
That's not easy to give up. In fact, there was people in there that told you outright, I don't want to go nowhere. Because they've been there for so long.
Yeah.
They tell you, I don't want to go. Those were the people that was trying to get out of there. Here I am. I'm struggling, writing all kinds of motions to the court trying to get out. They didn't try to help me. The people that didn't want to leave, we found you an apartment and you blah, I don't want to go. They don't want to go because that's their life. Here you are, we are in a situation. Maybe you understand, and really you don't understand because you never had independence. You have this idea of what it might be, but you don't know what it is because you ain't never experienced it. We ain't never been free like that. We've never controlled resources. We've never done on our own. We've never experienced it. We like the idea of it. And so, since we like the idea of it, when you talk about freedom, it's still in the form of this comfortability that we enjoy today. We want to be free, but we want to keep our internet. We want to keep McDonald's. I know. Eat McDonald's, whatever. You still want to live the life. So when they go to Africa, they go to those countries that provide them the comfort that we're used to. They're not. When you talk about wanting to be free, and I use this as an example, I believe the Congo is one of the largest nations on the continent, the Congo. The Congo can afford to give the Black American large enough land, and it wouldn't even bother them at all. But the problem is, there's nothing there except trees and other stuff. They say you can have that Black American. You got to put in the roads. You got to put in electricity. You got to do all these things. You got to put in the internet. You got to do that, sir. You got to do that, ma'am. They don't talk about that. They want their freedom, but they don't want to give up the comforts. And they always talk about the white man, but you don't want to give up the comforts that this white man have afforded you to have. Yes, you don't want to go back to a lifestyle of living in a grass hut or living in a tree or hunting some deer out in the forest. You don't want to go, and most of us don't even have those kind of skills. But you said that you want to be free. I told them suckers when I was locked up, I told them I would rather sleep in a ditch filled with mosquitoes than live here. That's how much I wanted my freedom. But see, I understood what that freedom meant. I was giving them an example. I would rather be homeless on the street living in a box than be here. That's because I want to be free. And I'm willing to face that discomfort to be free. These talk, but they're not willing to face the discomfort of truly being free. Here we are. We offer a vision called Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign. And the only thing we have to do is take advantage of your voting power and take control of this state for yourself. You can't blame the white man no more. It's all up on to you once you taking control of this state. Everything is in your hands. Now, here's a state that's already in the United States, not in Africa, it's not foreign. You're already here. Everything is already in place. roads, electricity, YouTube and Facebook, y'all, the things that y'all love, it's already in place. But there's a fear. You want your freedom, but you really don't want the responsibility that comes with it. Because anybody can talk. I hear folks all the time. They talking, we need the freedom and build Africa. Yeah. But you really don't want the responsibility. You want to continue to be, you still want your 3 meals a day. You still want your vegan. See, vegan lifestyle and all these diets that we got, that's for people who's comfortable. When you're fighting for your freedom, you're not comfortable.
I see, go more on your point, right? More than the sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Are you willing for longevity?
Yes.
It's not a sacrifice just for a moment. And I think that's the key.
Yeah.
What I get from it. It's not a moment. It's not a moment. It's a sacrifice for longevity. Are you willing to put it in? Even though that maybe your life is in jeopardy. Are you willing to put yourself out there? Like I said, Brother Deacon, he can tell you. I said, I don't care about the evil system. If it means to me to go, I go. I still going to fight. I'm going to do whatever I can to stand against this evil system. And if it means to me to go, I just go. And there's no problem with it. And then that's the thing that you really talk about it, because it has to be uncomfortableness within your soul to push on. And it goes back more to your point that we got so uncomfortable. We don't see how the evil system really is because we're so blinded like this.
Yeah.
We like to eat from their table.
Exactly.
Instead of be uncomfortable and say this. Like what we talk about right now, right? I could say that I'm not uncomfortable and you not uncomfortable because you have your path, I have my path. But the one thing that I get from it, from you, you get from me, we're not afraid to say this is evil system. So if you're not afraid to say the evil system, you going to talk to the masses and let them know we see what you're doing. We see what you're doing. But how many people that looks like us want to have these conversations? Because it's got to be an uncomfortable outlook within yourself. You have to say, I cannot care for my family. I cannot care for others. It's got to come from me. And then whoever wants to join that, more power to them. And so so I understand what you're saying, because in my own way, I've been saying the same thing. Maybe in a different thing, but I understand what you're saying because it frustrates me because of my life. I know I was in special education community. I see how they treat young black boys. I'm not saying young black girls ain't got it. I'm not saying that. They did. I see how the system created a division of the young black boys and young black girls. I've been in the classes that the masses telling you, no, we want the girls to get their lunch. Let the boys stay right there and get it. I was there. I witnessed it. And I fought against it. Because when I was coming up, the Black Panthers was living on my block. So my political belief was with them. And they always talking about, you gotta, you can't let them oppress you and stuff. So I learned little by little. And I had to take certain stands myself. That my late parents had to come up in school. Like it was just one, it was somebody that told me that, what about Angela Davis? I said, what about her? She took a stand. I said, in the 80s, she took a stand. Now, not with for our people. So she a treason to me. You cannot say that because, no, you see, this is the thing. Going back what you were saying, the uncomfortables. She got comfortable. And what happened? She turned her back on her people. And she went to the oppressor, that Jew lady, that was oppressing us. that fooling us. So I supposed to put my fist under this? No. Or anybody? No. And so we have to understand that being comfortable doesn't mean that it's good. Because we've been so comfortable 400 plus years. Mm-hmm. So when it's going to be uncomfortable, enough is enough. When you get up in the morning or whatever it is, you decide, I'm tired. When it's going to say, I am tired, you cry, I am tired of being oppressed. I am tired of our own people oppress us. And when it's going to be the time that some people that looks like us that still wants to be comfortable, you got to go. You wants to be over here. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be here no more. I want better. But no, I don't want to because I got a nice house. Look. You know, I got kids. You know, what I mean, I could take the bus. I get a nice car. Mm-hmm. You know, I got coupons. You know, you gotta see. Listen. You got a nice car. I can go to Burlington to get a nice coat. Look. I can go to Wendy's and get 3 for $5. You don't understand. You know. It's always excuses. Mm-hmm. But when it's going to be in one day? And let me say this before you get on. In this evil system, you get all you can to better yourself so you can fight against it too. So I with that too, but I got to put that out there. But when it's going to be the time that I'm tired. Masters, I'm tired. What you going to do? I ain't gonna say what you going to do. Because we got to stop tired of asking too. We got to create our own. And it means our life. Because our people done it in the past. But because see, at that time, they uncomfortable.
Yes. That's right.
We got examples. And you know, even like you understand, brother, we having these conversations right now, and I'm glad that got you here. Let me get the announcement out the way. Welcome to my channel, Already Done. Y'all true, the #1 grinder. We got Brother Angel right here. We finally got. I'm definitely gonna be on his channel. You better watch it. This is a preview. It's just a preview. So if you want the rare, you want the everything, I'll be on his channel very soon. It's just a preview, but we have to have uncomfortable conversations, and it's got to be consistent. Mm-hmm. So when we have these uncomfortable conversations, that's when the time should be waking up. And so I'm not afraid to talk like this because I know what I am, and I know in your own way you're not either. And it's refreshing today to have a brother like yourself to come up here and we have these talks because I've been waiting for a long time, bro. Because see, uncomfortable conversations also can stimulate the mind. Mm-hmm. When they stimulate the mind, it stimulates the soul. And I'm so happy because it's a blessing that I know a brother. He said, yeah, I see you. I know what you're talking about. And vice versa. I see you. Yeah, we one of the few black men ain't afraid. Yeah. Because see, being afraid, that means you're comfortable. When you're uncomfortable, that means you're not afraid. I remember my late father told me that from Georgia. I remember my late father told me that. He said, you be comfortable, you're not afraid. But being uncomfortable, you're not afraid. Because you're not afraid to stand against the evil. Remember that, son. And it stays with me. He passed away in 1989. And I was not close to my pops. But we got closer of his last year and a half of his life. And it was like, I think about stuff like what he's saying. It's like, throughout the years I got older. Because he passed away when I was going on 23. I was a grown man then. But it was like, at the time of the system, and I had my own way to stand against the system and stuff. And so, but throughout the years I've been living and everything, and they make, I'm talking about the black man, they make us as a black man as a scared consumer once. And I didn't like that. I don't like that feeling. They make it seem that we don't care about our family. Scared we not warrior fighters. They make it seem that it seems like that this system consume. We just none but consumers. We none but machines. We none but machines to them. And then after they out us out, they got another nigga come. So, you know, hold on for 1 second, bro. I'll be right back.
All right.
So I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I had to take that phone call. I had to take that. Hey, what's up, other team, man? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that you funny. Yeah, but like I said, this is gonna be a preview. This is a preview that I will be on the brother's channel very soon. And get back what I was saying that salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Thank you to be on the chat. And that we need more men. And also I do men's panels too. And sometimes it's hard to do because as you know, Deacon of Reality and other twin, they see it just it's hard. Because I want us men to engage. And it seems like at times they don't want to engage. But anything that deals with drama or anything, women, they want to engage. You know, and like that, something like that, we got to engage. You know, we got to build. And sometimes the build is not going to be consumed. Sometimes the build has to be uncomfortable. You know, and that's the thing. It has to be uncomfortable, you know. So tell people more about your channel, bro, before we continue.
Well, it's not really a lot to say about my channel. Is that I created it because I changed. Because I was at one time, I grew up in the late 60s, as you did, was born in the late 60s. Our childhood is the 1970s. I grew up in that area of time, and Jim Crow was still in effect when I was a little boy. Some people think because of the 1964, 1965, when all that civil rights stuff was going on, that Jim Crow stopped. Jim Crow didn't really stop. Jim Crow continued even after all that was passing. In fact, in a lot of small towns, you will still see, especially in the South, you still see that Jim Crow still is in effect. I mean, it's not outright, but it's still in effect. It was still in effect in the early 70s. And I didn't know, because I didn't understand what Jim Crow really was as a child. I really didn't know what that was. But this thing called the sundown law and all like that, that was still in effect when I was a child. And we knew not to go into the white neighborhood when I was a child. We knew not to do that. We knew not to. We went to the store, or we went into the main town only during daylight hours. We knew not to go there after the sun went down, and we didn't. I saw some brothers. I was on my bike with some friends on the borderline, and these brothers wanted to get them some drink. The liquor store was on the wrong side of town. And so I saw them when they crossed the line to go to that liquor store. In just a few minutes, I saw them brothers get arrested. The police came down on them. So, and this was the 70s. Now that area is all black now. It's all black now, so nobody cared. But at that time, when I was growing up, they didn't play that. Matter of fact, that whole white town is almost all black now. And the white folks moved away. But I had an experience during my incarceration. And that experience caused me to think about all the things that I was taught. All this pro-blackity black and the African, all that stuff. It caused me to re-examine everything. And there is some truths, and I hold on to those truths. But the thing about it, I understood and I began to realize a lot of it is fairy tales. A lot of it is fabricated. It was not real. Incarceration forced, or it exposed that what I was taught, my mindset was not real. Because I thought I was a smart fella. I used to quote the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, and I knew all this, and people was telling me, wow, you're a smart guy. I'm like, if I'm so smart, how come I'm still up in this dump? My condition did not change until I started thinking for myself and seeking appropriate knowledge for my situation. You do not use a plumber's manual to fix a car. I guess you could to a certain point, you know, the radiators, parts of, but you don't use a plumber's manual to fix a car. You need a manual for the car in order to do that. That's what you need. So I'm in a situation, I do have a lot of smart, I have a lot of intelligence, but it does nothing for my situation. When I began to seek the right knowledge for the right situation, then my situation, my condition started to change almost immediately. I saw it begin to change because I was suicidal. I was hopeless. But then when this knowledge started coming to me, and I saw, like, wow, it's working. And then your enemies, they know that you're getting the right knowledge now. Oh, that ain't gonna work. And it didn't. Because I was new. I didn't understand what I was dealing with. I didn't know how this worked. So they make mockery of me because I learned a new skill. I learned a new knowledge. But my condition wasn't changing. But I knew if I stood on my square, it would. And little by little, it started to change. Little by little. And when your mind is really free, I hear people talk about, I'm awakened. No, you're not. You're not awakened. Because when you become awakened, you're not loyal to no specific ideology or belief, not even your own. That's being free. Because I understand what I thought was true yesterday might not be so true tomorrow. Things change when you get certain knowledge.
Yeah.
It has to change. How can you say a man is guilty, but now they bringing in new knowledge, new evidence to the case? Oh, he's still, how can you say that? New evidence got to change the conclusion. But with us, we get stuck on this knowledge thing, the information thing. This is it. No, it's not it. Why your condition doesn't change? We've been doing this on YouTube since 2005. The white man you don't like let you come on YouTube starting in 2005. And you've been giving the information, and you've been doing this since 2005. This is 2024. Have your situation, have your condition changed? No. Are the people's mind changed? No. Nothing has changed. Have you changed? No. You've turned the struggle into a big church. That's what they have done. Liberation is not a church. Liberation is not about your ideas, how you personally want to live. All these things don't mean nothing if you're not liberated. All these things mean nothing when you're not free. So who cares if you are African? Who cares if you are Muslim? Who cares if you're here? That don't mean nothing, because if the white man, those who are on the control side, I don't want that in my country no more. Then what you gonna do? Go underground? Do it in secret? Because that's what you're gonna do. Because they have the power to enforce their law. We don't want to hear that Muslim stuff no more. We don't want to hear that Pan-African stuff no more. We don't want to hear it no more in America. Put your ass in jail. What you gonna do? They allow you on YouTube by their permission. You don't even support alternative sites for black people. They struggle because they might want a couple of dollars a month to try to get off the ground. I ain't giving them. No, but see, on YouTube and Facebook, you can get paid. So clearly you're not interested really in the liberation of the people. You're only interested in getting paid. And some of them will even admit, I'm here just to get paid, to, give y'all the information. You could go take your lazy ass to the library and get the same thing, but since you don't want to, you're going to pay me for my services. And some of you will tell you, I'm just here to get paid. But that's because, and we're willing to pay because we're comfortable. We want to pretend. See, I know your mindset because I was locked up with people like you. I was locked up with people talking about, oh man, I got to get out of here. I gotta go. I gotta get. But then, when the reality was, they was gonna set them free, they did something stupid to stay locked up because they didn't want to be free to begin with. They put on this show. You don't really want to be free. You really don't want to be liberated. Liberation is not your personal belief. You do that. You can handle that after you become liberated and join your little cliques and your little groups, just like the United States of America. The United States of America is filled with people with different ideas and beliefs or whatever. But if you attack America, all these come together to defend this land. You don't understand that. You want your own slave plantation so you can tell me what to believe, how to eat, how to live, how to take a dump. That's what you want. You want to be a slave master yourself. But see, the thing about being a slave master, these people earned it. They did what was necessary to become a slave master. You're not willing to do what it takes to be a slave master. You want your slaves to be voluntarily. You don't want that kind of trouble. All these oppressors, all these dictators, they did work. All of them put in the work. If you know your history. Adolf Hitler put in work. Stalin put in work. These folks in this country, they put in a lot of work. They was willing to die and suffer to get this. You want them to give you something. They're not going to give you nothing. Look here, slave. I died. I fought bears. I fought mosquitoes. I fought Indians. I fought Africans, whatever it was, to get this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm supposed to turn around and give it to you for free because I owe you a damn thing. I took it. You're bad ass. You come here and take it from me if you're bad. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. And the people that you talking to ain't interested. They're not interested. Because they're not, all of you, you're too comfortable in this. And you cannot fight for your liberation, for your freedom, because you really don't know what it is. You never had it to find it worthy of fighting. The people, the patriots of this country, they understood freedom because they was doing it. They was building their little businesses over here, and they was living their life, doing things the way they wanted to do it. So when the motherland try to pimp them, they say, "Oh no, we doing all the work, and the mother country want to pimp us. No, we ain't having it." Because they understood working and this is mine, and some sucker coming, that's nothing but another form of slavery. Tyranny. And these people in this country said, I'm not having it. And the mother country's stronger than them. They didn't give a damn. They went to war with the superior mother country and beat her ass 2 times. Not 1, 2 times. And she still respect these people to this day. They was willing. They didn't know whether they was going to win or not. But you got to have that fight in you. And many of the people that was fighting, they died in the struggle. They wasn't able to enjoy the freedom of America. George Washington survived and some of the other patriots survived or whatever. But many of them froze to death. Many of them took a bullet in the head in order to create this. And it wasn't really a lot of them that done it. But you got to have that instinct. You got to have that desire to be free. But they did it because they understood because they was living free. You cannot get that same type of desire out of the black man and woman in America because you never been in that situation. You never been free. You fall in love with the idea. But see, it's responsibility. And you don't really want the responsibility. You just want to be free. You really just want the white man to leave you alone. And you want to dance and party. You want to be able to go out your house and hope because you drive a pretty car that you don't get shot in the head. That's all you want. You really don't want your freedom like that. You really don't want to be liberated like that. But see, also to be part of this society means you become part of this society. So when you become part of this society and our children and the people become influenced by this society, it creates these unnatural behaviors. Now we don't even know whether we male or female. I'm a bisexual, trisexual, pansexual, all this sexual. Where all that stuff come from? That didn't exist until we began to integrate and became closer to these people. And that's what they are. That's how they roll. And now we drug addicts and it goes on and on. Now the women don't have no respect for men and men don't have no respect. But that's what happened in this society. This is what happens in this society. And since the man or the male has no power to protect his female, then she's under that influence. Who knows what's going to come out of her womb? Who knows? All kinds of, back when I was a child, probably, we come from the same place. Because you know there was one time we used to call this unnatural behavior, we used to call it the freaks. And there was a song that Houdini did. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at. Now it's acceptable. The freaks. The freaks. Freakish behavior. What is freakish behavior? Abnormal behavior. It don't have to come out at night. It's broad daylight now. The freak can become the president of the United States now. These freaks. Has nothing to do with hating nobody. That's the behavior. People should not be acting that way. If animals acted in a certain way, you would say it about them. That ain't how a dog ain't supposed to go meow. That's not natural for a dog. You see a dog meow, meow, you say something wrong. But when we see a man that was born a man, dressing like a woman and want to be a woman, that's supposed to be acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not natural. But in this country, you can do whatever you want to. It reminds me of the scriptures that I was taught, talk about Babylon. Babylon, she's become the habitation of devils, a place for every foul and filthy bird. That's America. America, you can do almost any kind of freakish, all kinds of stuff that you want to. Pretty soon, these people that want to have sex with dogs and marry dogs and cats and giraffes, they're going to be coming out of the closet next. Because you know they exist. In the underground, you will see those porn videos with women having sex with animals and things of this nature. We already know they're doing these things. And of course, you know, monkey see, monkey do. Whatever these folks do, black folks doing it too. We doing it also. But we cannot, if you want to change something, see, the masses to me are the body. To me, the so-called black conscious community, those people like you and myself, those of us who are supposed to be awakened, we are the brain. And if the brain is malfunctioning, what do you expect from the body? Because I guarantee you, if we as the light or we are the head, this black so-called black conscious community, we who are awakened, if we had our act together, the masses, I'm not going to say all of them, but a big majority of them will follow because they understand they don't want to live like this either. They don't want to live like this. But the head is crazy. They watching our videos. They seeing what we do. They see them black conscious people crazy as hell. Give me my weed. Give me my weed. Give me my drink. Give me my drink. Taalik Nasheed crazy. He's funny. He's funny. He's crazy. So that all that stuff, all that rinky-dink scholarship stuff, whatever, it's nothing but entertainment.
Gotcha.
Nobody is offering. In order to communicate with the people, you have to come where the people are at. These people want to try to convert the masses to where you at. That's never going to happen. It's too much junk to convert to. But they do understand. They do understand oppression. I don't want to live like that. They understand injustice. I want to get rid of that. That's where you start. You want to add your personal garbage. Only eat 3 meals a day. Be a vegan. Praise Allah. You want to add your own personal stuff. That's not going. The masses aren't going to accept that. It's 40 million in this country. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to Africa. Hell, your ass is still here. What make you think they gonna go to Africa and you still here? If you want somebody to go to Africa, you be the example. Take your happy ass over there. You're not going. You got somebody like Umar Johnson, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. He don't live in Africa. He don't have dual citizenship. His ass is right here, begging for money. That's where he's at. You gonna ask people to do something that you're not willing to do. With the Mississippi campaign, I'm not gonna ask nobody to do something I'm not willing to do myself. Like I told you, you have to look at the Mississippi campaign like war strategy. What if, in order to take control of this state, the only thing we can eat is beans? And some of us have to camp out, some of us have to camp out in tents in order to get this job done. That's the way you have to look at it. You have to look at it like you are a soldier. And it's not nothing new, because I was listening to Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture. He said that's what they done in his time. He said they camped out in tents. They slept on the ground. That's what they done. These are the things that you have to do if you want to change, if you want to cause a change, if you really want what you want. These persons, you have to understand, they don't have the mindset. They don't have the mindset because the head, the body that claims they won't have the mind, you don't have the mindset either. You're not ready to sacrifice like that. You want your pretty house. You want your pretty car. You want to continue. You just want this illusion of freedom. Actually, you just want people, just let the white man leave you alone. That's all you really want. You really don't want to take responsibility for yourself. And see, this is the thing about manhood. These so-called men complain about the females, the women. The women are the way they are because they have no man to gravitate towards. That's why they are. They don't have a provider. They don't have a protector. They just have a penis in the bed. They have somebody that will get their resources from the white man to help pay bills. Your family know that you don't have no resources. If it wasn't for the white man, you couldn't drink no water. You damn sure wouldn't have electricity. Can't get tires for your car. You don't control nothing. All the things that you want, you don't control none of the facets. Light bulbs for your car. You don't do nothing. If the white man took everything away from you, you'd be butt-ass naked. What do you produce? You produce nothing for yourself. Absolutely nothing. But you want to come on YouTube and pump your chest out, tell them what you gonna do, and blah, blah. You ain't gonna do nothing. These people don't have to go to war with you. The only thing they have to do is don't send trucks with food to the black community. That's all they have to do. They starve you to death. Cut your electricity off. Cut your water off. They don't have to go, they don't have to shoot no bullets at you. Pretty soon you'll be turning in all your little guns and all your little knives for a piece of bread. So the best option that I can see for us would be to create a sanctuary state, a safe haven for ourselves via what we call the Mississippi campaign. That's your only realistic option. It's the only option that is formulated in a manner that it can be acceptable by the masses, because it has nothing to do, I want you to praise Allah, I want you to praise noble drug. Has nothing to do with no religion. I don't give a damn what you're doing in your bedroom. Has nothing to do with that. It only thing has something to do with putting the people in a better position in life. Create your own homeland, because these other people, even the Africans, they can run to their own, back to Africa. They can go back to Venezuela, Cambodia, wherever the hell they come from. Where you gonna run to? You can't run nowhere. So we should create our own homeland right here in our home, which is the United States of America. It ain't no Africa. If you can't build nothing in the United States, what you gonna do in Africa? Those people not offering you nothing. To my knowledge, they ain't offering you nothing. Whatever they give you, you gotta pay for. They're not giving you anything. Not even free dual citizenship. You gotta pay for that too. They're not giving you nothing. This is all we know is the United States of America. If you can't make it in America, if you can't make it in New York, you can't make it nowhere. So that's on us. We have an unrealistic view of the struggle. We have an unrealistic view of the masses of the people whom we talking to. You want to sell them your belief and your ideology. Nobody interested. It's not going to never be acceptable. Going on 100 years, has the people accepted it? No. Over 100 years. You have to change your strategy, change your mindset. Even being black, you got to change that. Black was not created. Black was designed by Europeans to divide and conquer. And that's what it do even among us. All of us that screaming all this black. Are you unified because of black? No. You are divided. And then you add religion, makes things worse. Religion divides. Religion creates hatred. And that's what you see among us. So we have to separate ourselves from these things that's detrimental. Mm-hmm. Some of these things, if you like it, keep it to yourself. There's a difference between the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry, which is my ministry, and the vision that we call Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign. They're not the same. Because I understand a lot of people don't know where I'm coming. You're not on my level to understand where I'm coming from. So I'm not going to put that on you. But you do understand oppression. You do understand injustice. So I can offer this vision of the Mississippi Campaign. I can offer you this strategy because we vote, but we don't know how to vote.
Right.
And just like you said earlier, brother, and even Malcolm X said, the ballot or the bullet, by any means necessary. That means whatever resource, anything that the white man, to make it very simple, if you are in a fight with somebody and they pull a knife on you, and you can take that knife from him, then that's what you do to stop this person from attacking. You use their own knife against them. We're using all the resources that they give us to help us get out of the situation that they put us in. Do you believe, why you think if voting don't mean nothing, why you think these people come against our ancestors for trying to vote if it don't mean nothing? They know that it has power if you understand how to use that power, how to use that vote. But since you don't know how to use it, that don't. It reminds me of that story, the fox and the grapes. And the fox was trying to jump up to get the grapes. Then when he couldn't jump up and get the grape, I don't like them grapes, and they probably was sour. Yeah, because you couldn't jump up there and get them. So you talk about the vote because you don't know how to use it. And this is another thing in our community. We lack creativity. Anybody who's a boxer or a basketball player will tell you anything that you can create to be different on the basketball court, on the football field, to throw your enemies off, throw your opponents off. That will help make you a winner because it's something different. They don't know where you're coming from. What strategy is that? What play is that?
Right.
This is no different. You said that we are at war. Well, what's your war plan? Oh, my war plan is I'm gonna make a business for myself. My war plan is to give all praises due to Allah. That ain't no damn war plan. That's not a war plan. That's your worship. That's your belief system. What is the plan that you have that can change the condition of this war so that we can start winning? And that's another thing, brother. You cannot get the people on board if you're not a winner. We got to start winning some of these battles. The only thing they see, you constantly losing. Nobody want to be with a loser. and you continue to lose because you keep doing the same thing that Marcus Garvey did, that Malcolm did, Elijah Muhammad did, Frederick Douglass, they didn't win. See, that's the reality. They didn't win. If they won, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in right now. And they wasn't going to, a lot of them wasn't going to win because they trying to push their ideology or their beliefs on the people. The masses aren't interested in your beliefs. It's never going to be acceptable. Never. And quite frankly, as far as religious teachings is concerned, as we continue to go down in time, those things are losing their grip on humanity. More and more people are rejecting religious teaching because this God ain't did a damn thing for nobody. You've been talking about God for 5,000, 10,000, whatever years. This God ain't did a damn thing for nobody. And it's becoming quite clear, like, damn, how long you gonna wait on Jesus? I'm gonna wait on Jesus for 3,000 years. Yo, you don't have a 3,000 year lifespan, sir. These things have us thinking crazy. When I talk about the Black Power movement, well, brother, it was a brother I had on my platform not too long ago. He even confessed it might take another 100 years. We don't have another 100 years. Who's gonna be waiting that long? That's because you don't know what you're doing. That's why it's 1,000 years, 100 years. That's why the people be dead. And you don't know whether you're a success or a failure because everybody gonna be dead in 100 years. Everybody here living now gonna be dead in 100 years. And if you're not dead, you're gonna probably be wishing you was dead. So the Mississippi campaign is offering us an avenue where in our lifetime, we'll be able to see. I might be on my deathbed, but in our lifetime, we should see that we're on our way to victory, that we got it going on. I want to see it now. Nobody in their right mind is... How you gonna wait hundreds of years and all these years that these people talk about that you need, and you get upset because your DoorDash is 15 minutes late? So why are you angry at the DoorDash person when you talk about that you can wait on Jesus for another 2,000 years? You're gonna get upset working 40 hours a week, and on Friday, where's my check? Oh, well, you can't get the check's been delayed. We can't get paid till Tuesday. Tuesday? You get upset. But you can wait on Jesus until for the Tuesday of 2,000 years from now. We lie to ourselves. Some of us, we fall out of grace with our friends and relatives because they owe us $10. You told me that you was gonna pay me my money on Friday. Where my money, cuz? Where my money, cuz? But at the same time, you gonna tell me you gonna wait for Elijah Muhammad to come back 100 years from now, and Jesus and whatever spook that y'all believe in, you gonna wait 1,000 years for them to come back. We lie to ourselves. That's why I said, brother, a lot of our problem is we live in fantasy and fairy tales. You're not looking at the situation realistically. You're looking at the situation, even our history. We look at Malcolm X based upon film clips from YouTube. That's not Malcolm X. He had a life outside of the cameras. Frederick Douglass had a life outside of the camera. Nobody, all these people, they were men. They took a dump. They took a leak. They had sex and had babies. They just like us. They're no better than you and me. And we uplift them. And I don't care how great you think you are. Somebody greater can come and take your place. There were boxers who were great, but when Muhammad Ali came on the scene, nobody talked about them no more. Because they was great in their time. They did things in their time. And they fought in the manner during their time. Muhammad Ali didn't fight like them. Muhammad Ali was different. And Muhammad Ali was replaced. They don't talk about Muhammad Ali like that no more. First of all, because he's deceased. But now they talk about, what's the brother named Floyd Mayweather, whatever his damn name is. I don't keep it with this stuff.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
Because it's his time now. This is your time. And I wouldn't doubt if Floyd Mayweather, he idolized Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis and Floyd Patterson. But this is his time. And he learned from them. But this is your time. This is what you don't understand. This is our time. So it's up to us to solve this problem. The baton has been handed to us. So this is our time. And if we fail, then we fail the next generation, who is not going to praise us like we praise Muhammad Ali or our freedom fighters from yesterday. They're gonna scorn us. They're gonna turn their nose up how weak we was. Y'all didn't produce nothing in your generation during your time. Look at how we gotta struggle. Look what y'all done to us. Because those generations put us in a better spot. We gonna take our children, you're gonna put them backwards. And that's why I said in the Mississippi campaign, if the children, the next generation, ever decide to do it, I would advise that they write this generation out of history. Just skip over us for being the losers. You don't need to be remembered. You're not worth remembering. Like some of our loser relatives. You don't think about them because they wasn't about nothing. You don't think about Cousin Pete. Cousin Pete was nothing but a crackhead. Cousin Pete abused his mama. We don't give a damn about Cousin Pete. Nobody talks about Cousin Pete. And that's the way it is with us in this generation. We're more educated. We have more money. We have more opportunity. Everything is right for us. But we're selfish. And our minds is not open to new strategy and new change. But our ancestors done it. Elijah Muhammad was new. That wasn't always around. Marcus Garvey wasn't always around. They was new. Everybody has to start new. You want to stay with the old. But you talk about, you gravitate towards all these people, but they was new. Malcolm wasn't always here. Farrakhan wasn't always here. The people open their minds to the new. But now we need to open our minds to the new definite article. To that which will solve this problem once and for all. And bring an end to this Tom and Jerry cycle that we got. It just goes on and on, round and round. Jerry never dies. Tom just chased Jerry over and over. God fight the devil forever. Like, damn. When is God and Satan fight, when is it going to come to an end? It just goes on and on, on and on. The white man is the devil. The white man, we talk about this on and on. They was doing it when I was a little boy. 60 years later, still doing it. The white man, discrimination, police brutality. It goes on and on. It's going to keep going on and on till you decide, just like you said, brother, until we decide to be just like Popeye. Popeye said, I stood all I can stand. I can't stand no more. That's when it comes to an end. But you can't bring it to an end if you don't know what to do. And we don't know what to do. And these people are too arrogant to say, I don't know what to do. Well, since you really don't know what to do, why don't you open up to the new? Because if you study this vision that we have on our platform called the Mississippi Campaign, you can't find nothing wrong with it. In fact, the way it's designed, it can grasp all these other things that you're talking about. These programs by the Nation of Islam, we can embrace that. The things that Noble Drew Ali done, we can embrace that. The things of the civil rights movement, it embraces all these things. Because all these things can work. But now they're going to work together under one umbrella. That's the key. All of it now is under one umbrella, going in one direction, going to one place, one purpose, one goal, one destiny. And it's not our personal destiny. It's the true upliftment of these who deserve uplifting. These people I call our soul brothers and sisters in this country. We deserve, after all the hell we caught in this nation, we deserve upliftment. We deserve a little heaven in our life. But you're not going to get to heaven without some more hell. And that's just the reality of it. Now, see, I don't beg nobody. If you want to stay doing this is your problem. Because, see, I'm not like Dr. King. I'm not giving my life for my people. The hell with my people. I don't owe my people nothing. They ain't gave me nothing. I owe them nothing. You grown. You adults. I don't owe you nothing. The only thing I can say, if you want to change it, we have a vision. We have a strategy. If you want to do it, cool. If you want to stay where you're at, that's fine. I'm not going to go all out my way for people that talk about they want to be free, and I'm supposed to just go out my way. I'm not and fight. No. That's what Dr. King done and Malcolm done. And actually, I did it when I was a young person. I was thinking the same way. I'm fighting for the people. These people not worth fighting for. They crack addicts, pedophiles, rapists, adulterers and fornicators, sex fiends. I'm supposed to die for them? Here we fighting to get on this bus, and most of these children run straight to the back of the bus. They are on YouTube making mockery of Dr. King, making mockery of Rosa Parks, saying that they smarter, they better. They ain't producing nothing, but they claim they making mockery of Rosa Parks and Dr. King and Elijah Muhammad. They making mockery of them. I mean, really nasty and foul. I'm going to give my life for them? I don't think so. I'm not going to do it. No, if you really want to do this, I'm 60 years old, and if I see you really want to do something, I'll be on board. I'll help you. I'll use the rest of my life to help us as a people get where we need to go. If you don't want to go there, you happy being a damn slave, you happy to be a 8th class citizen, that's your business. But I don't owe nobody, the people, nothing. They ain't did a damn thing for me. The people not paying my internet bill. The people ain't not paying nothing for me. Why don't you hold your people accountable? The people you giving your money to. Louis Farrakhan is the leader. You giving him all your money. He's accountable to you. And the people, Tariq Nasheed and Sanetta and Tahaka Bay, all these other people that you're giving money to, hold them accountable. I don't have your money. You ain't doing a damn thing for me. I don't owe you nothing. And those people don't give you nothing. When I was driving a truck a few years ago, I drove just long enough to raise $6,000 just to give it away to people in my audience and to people in my community. That's what I did. I raised the money just to give it away. These people not giving you nothing. And that's who you gravitate towards. Those who don't give a damn about you ain't giving you nothing. Not even a turkey on Thanksgiving. And that's once a year. That's once a year. I didn't see Sanetta giving nobody no turkey. I didn't see Tariq Nasheed or Farrakhan. I don't see none of these people giving nobody nothing. They just out here. I didn't see Umar Johnson giving the Pan-Africans anything. The only thing they do is take. And not only will they take your money, they'll take your booty. Ask Brother Polite. This man have all these wives and still wanted a little girl. And don't you know they still supporting him? They still supporting that pedophile. They still supporting Malachi J. York, whatever his damn name is. A pedophile. Both of them pled guilty. I'm a pedophile. This shows you how sick we are, Brother Darkness. We sick puppies. They don't like me because I'm too real. Because they want to put on this show like they want to do something. But in reality, Brother Darkness, they don't. That's the reality of it. This is who we're dealing with. So I will sit back and do what I do. But if ever they really want and be serious about doing something, I will give the rest of my life to help you be successful and get you where you want to go. But I owe you nothing. You ain't gave me nothing. I don't owe the people nothing. I wish you the best of luck. Our main problem, brother, is, again, the head is sick. So what do you expect from the masses? Because the head is sick. Who is the head? All of us who claim that we are awakened, that we know better. You confused. You don't know what to do. You delirious. Here we are, this is 2024, and we still talk about some foreigners, talk about ancient Egypt. And we talking about ghosts and goblins and spirits. And I saw a brother on Facebook talk about autism. He said that autism is really the brain trying to connect to the universe. Someone crazy. I'm like, what? He said ADHD and autism is the brain is really superior to us because that brain is able to connect to the universe and stuff. I'm like, this is what we're listening to. Get millions and thousands, millions of views. But somebody like you and I, who would spend our time to talk about the reality of our situation, you might get 10 views. You might get 10 subscribers. Oh, slowly but surely. Now, I'm not going to condemn everybody, because slowly but surely, little by little, a lot of people are awakening. They awaken their minds to reality. That's why everybody who unsubscribed to me with their pitiful ass and get mad, it don't make no difference. 2 people come and take your place. And that's the way it's been since 2000. I'm going to unsubscribe. I don't like it. It don't make no difference. I don't want to be around weak-ass folks anyway. I'm not here to entertain nobody. Truth is not a popularity contest. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to keep it real. I'm not here to call you a god and you have no power. I'm not here to tell you that you are a warrior. You ain't fought nobody. Who the hell do you fight? Brother gonna get angry at me because I check him about Dr. King. Well, I like Dr. King, but I can't get with that non-violent stuff. Well, what violence have you done, sir? You ain't done no violence, because the opposite of non-violence is violence. So what violence have you done? We ain't done nothing. How the hell you gonna talk about what Dr. King? Dr. King and the civil rights, they face the enemy hands-on. What have you done? What enemy have you faced hands-on? I know when I was locked up, brother, when I was locked up, I was in a situation where those people could legally murder me and get away with it. I know that. I know this. They could have legally murdered, because I seen what they did to other people with my own eyes. I seen them commit legal murder. I saw the body bags, and they told me, that's going to be you. A doctor told me in his office, He said, I'm going to tell you this. And you can tell whoever you want to, because they're not going to believe you anyway, because you're a crazy-ass mental patient. Now, this is a doctor I'm talking to. He told me, you need to straighten your ass up. Do what we say. Or you see, he pointed out to the cemetery, because the place had a cemetery. They don't use it no more. But there's a cemetery on the grounds. He pointed to the cemetery. That's going to be you. Keep it up. That's what he told me. Well, clearly I kept it up. I'm not submitting to your lies, sir. But I was in a position where they legally could murder me. I don't know how many of you could take that type of pressure. And there's nothing your family can do. You're going up against the state. If you want to prove something, that means you got to pay for your own lawyer. You got to pay for your own, what's the person that do the autopsy? You got to go through it. And most families not going to spend their money. They don't mind winning these lawsuits, but they're not going to spend their own personal money for your happy ass. Oh, he dead or whatever. But see, so I know what I'm made out of. I know I'm willing to take the bullet. I know I can suffer. Whatever it takes to get the job, I know I can do it because I prove it. Some of you can't handle going without a meal for one day. You'll starve to death. You got to have something to eat every day. See, I was raised, and probably you too, Brother Darkness. See, I was raised in rural Mississippi in the 1960s. We didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have central air. We did not have air conditioning. We didn't have electricity. That's how I was raised. We had an outhouse. We had to share bath water. You understand? We shared bath. The whole family took a bath in the same water. That's how I was raised. That's how I was raised. What if we have to go back to living like that in order to get our true freedom? I can't do. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. You want to know something, Brother Darkness? My siblings, when I talk about that, my siblings, they don't even want to talk about that no more. They don't want to talk because they comfortable in central air, central heating. You know, they comfortable in all this. They don't even want to talk about how we used to live. But that's how we used to live. In fact, I can guarantee you right now, in 2024, there's probably people in some of these rural areas that's still living like that right now. I know they still living poor, because you can go, because I know well in 2000, no, it was in the 1990s, when I was in Jackson, Mississippi, and I got lost, and there was a community of shacks with the tin roofs. I know you probably seen them, with the tin roofs and the concrete blocks for steps. I'm like, what the hell is this? I thought I had moved into another period of time. I thought I had went into some kind of time travel crap. These people were living in shacks with tin roofs and concrete block steps in the 1990s. I'm very sure they still live that way to this day. Somebody's still living like that. But again, it goes back. It goes back. We are the head, but this head is insane. The black conscious community, all this blackity black Pan-African stuff that we into, we are insane. How can you expect the body to move and react the way it should when the head, like if you get slapped, the body gonna react. The hands, everything gonna fumble, and the legs gonna get weak. The head itself, the head is messed up. and you're going to try to communicate to the body. You can't communicate to the body because you messed up. But I can guarantee you, but that does not mean the body don't want to respond. I guarantee you, if this head gets itself right, we be on our way to something. The head don't want to get right because you got all these people with all these different ideas and whatever. They're divisionary, and they out for themselves. They want everybody to be like them. That's not even natural. It's not natural for everybody to be the same. That's not even natural. When you have blackbirds, all kinds of blackbirds, all kinds of different whales, all kinds of different insects. They want us to be some kind of clone, and all of us are supposed to be the same. I don't want us to be the same. That's very boring. I don't want everybody to be like me. That would be very, very boring. Look like me, talk like me. The purpose of death, according to biology, is so something new, something improved can come up out of that life. That's the purpose of death. The purpose of death is to cause change. That's why it's difficult to get rid of roaches, because the new babies can adopt immunity to the old poison. Those life forms that cannot change, they cannot adapt, they go extinct. Those life forms that need special food will go extinct because they need special food. The animals that do real well are those that can adapt to new sources of food and the environment. The ones that cannot adapt, they die. And maybe that's a good thing, Brother Darkness, because the soul brothers and sisters, the black man in America, we are unnatural people anyway. We were produced on the slave plantation. They don't like to talk about that, but unfortunately, that's the reality. You ain't no damn Africa. You ain't never lived in no Africa. We was created on the slave plantation right here in the United States. That's why our DNA, and even they take these DNA tests, and majority of the time, the DNA tests don't call you no natural nothing, don't say 100% nothing. You are a mix of all kinds of stuff. All the people on the African continent are different. And we are different here. We become our own unique original people here. We're not no Africans. I don't care what you look like. Some dogs look like wolves, but they ain't wolves, they dogs. The ancestor of the dog is the wolf. But a dog is not a wolf. Our ancestors could be Native Americans, our ancestors could be African. That don't make us an African. Just like a dog is not a wolf. That's their ancestor. We're not them. And some of those people on the continent would tell you, you ain't no African, you white man. They don't like to talk about that. But a lot of African people on the continent would tell you, you white man. There's no, you can take, I need to shut up. you can take one man and one woman from some of these races, and they actually represent what that race of people look like. You cannot take one female, one male, and say, this is what African Americans look like. That don't exist. I mean, we can go to our own family picture. Because I know in my family picture, we got tall, short, pointed nose, semi-straight hair, light skin, dark skin, big noses, thin lips, big lips. There's no consistency in the African American. But see, when you talk about Africans, there's consistency. Somalis look a certain way. People from the Congo look a certain way. There's consistency. There's no consistency among us. Because we are that mixture people. And throughout the hundreds of years we've been here, and of course we was raped by the Europeans, so his blood flows through us too. Maybe that's why we so nuts too, we crazy too, because his blood is in us too, whether we like it or not. It don't make no difference. Because I know a brother told me, I said, well, what about that 2% white man you got in you? Well, I don't count. How you gonna count? It's there. I don't acknowledge the white part, or I don't acknowledge the Asian or the Native American, but it's there. How you gonna? I'm just concentrating on the 50% Nigerian. Yeah, but that's just like you. That's just like saying I'm gonna acknowledge my father, but I'm gonna ignore my mother. It is what it is. So it's done. So we live in denial, and we're selfish. Our minds is not open to new strategies. Our minds are not creative. Our minds, you don't understand the situation that you're really in. That's the bottom line is you really don't understand. You want your freedom, you want liberty. You hear people talk about all the time, I won't do this or that. No, you understand the fantasy, the delusion that you have in your mind. You're not ready for the reality of it. Because the reality is responsibility. And being right now, you are happy blaming the white man. Well, the white man do this, and the white man is planning to do this to us. That's where you want to stay. But to be liberated, to be free, everything fall on you. Just like when you was at your mama house. When you was at mama and daddy house, you could tell mama this and daddy that. But when you go into your house and you got to pay your own rent, you're responsible for everything. And many children, they would tell you, I don't want to leave mom and dad because they don't want to face the responsibility. They don't want to. I mean, it's a scary thing. And that's another thing too, brother, when I was locked up. Okay, I need to get out of here. I'm locked up. I need to get out of here. Okay, that's understood. But I was afraid at the same time. I was afraid because, okay, I'm talking all this stuff about I'm willing to live in a ditch with mosquitoes. Okay, I'm talking all this stuff. But now I'm facing the reality of it. How I'm going to feed myself, what I'm going to do. And that's scary. Because now I'm responsible for myself. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And see, that's the difference. For a lot of children, they get mad at their parents. I'm going to get out of here or whatever. But then when they go out here and face how you going to eat, how you going to live, they turn around and go back to mom and daddy house. Not all children. Matter of fact, back in the day, the 20s and the 30s, there was a lot of children. They went out on their own. And I believe Fred Sanford was one of them. And I believe...
Yeah, he left when he was very young. Yeah.
Very young. And David Ruffin was one of them that left. And I believe Sam Cooke. A lot of these brothers and sisters, they, very young age, they left their family and had to go out here and try to take care of themselves. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. You're not looking at things realistically.
No, sorry. I feel what it is that there is a safety net.
Yeah.
There's a safety net that when you get to a certain age, when you're a man or a woman, it's time to be on your own. It's time to be good, because that's how it was with my late parents. I can give you the tools, but now you got to find out your own journey, how to be grown. Learn your way and stuff, and to provide your family. You choose to have a family, you choose, but that's what's like. You gotta learn. And so when you don't have the safety net, when you have people, they think that, oh, nobody cannot tell me how to raise my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cannot tell me because you don't know. You know, this is how it is. Even like if you're a single parent or I knew single parents. Even I know people that are two-family household that even have kids like 35, 30 and stuff in the house. And sometimes when you tell them, oh, you must stand and stuff like that. But my saying is, there you go, the safety net right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they know. When you go out in the world, you got to experience. You got to experience certain things as a grown up.
That's right.
Now, as for me, things happen to me. I had to go. That's where my mother was living. I had to go back to my mom's house twice, but I did not stay because it was in me to make it my own. And so, the thing about this, though, too, that back then. Because when my late father was born in 1927, you gotta you gotta do what you gotta do back then. He was from the South in Georgia, so you gotta do what you gotta do. And so to think, but what you were saying, think back, people love that safety net. And they got to experience certain things. But you're not the only one that have to experience certain things. There's people who had to experience certain things too. Sometimes I mean, when I got my first place, it wasn't easy. Even my parents gave me the tools. When I left, I think my father still lived. I think my late father still lived. He was getting sick, I believe. When I died, certain things had to hit rock bottom, so I had to figure it out. But see, me being 58 right now, I had the foresight. I had the foresight, because I know what it is. So you can see, being a grown up, a lot of people don't understand. Being a grown up, sometimes you got to do without certain things to live.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta pay this rent. Oh yeah, I gotta pay this rent. I gotta make sure food, light, and gas on. Or I gotta make sure food's in the house. Or what about other necessities? You gotta have tissue. You gotta have things, to keep things. What about? Well, sometimes you can't watch that cable.
That's right.
Or sometimes you can't watch certain things. I had to learn. I see, because I seen it from my late parent. My late boy, we was coming up, we ain't had no cable. It was just black and white.
Exactly.
But see, you gotta have money to buy black and white. So sometimes you don't have no black and white. You gotta listen to the radio.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'm very appreciative to grow up that time, because it makes me understand that I could do a certain thing. They say you can do it. I can do certain things. Because I was taught and I seen it. And so when I got older, I remember that. I was on a basketball team. I'm born and raised in New York. This is I was living in New York at the time. And rent had to be paid. Food got to be paid. Well, I gotta have food in the house.
Exactly.
Things around the house need to be done. So I had to pay a referee fee for it was a great tournament. Don't get me wrong, for Nike, hey. You get Nike, you get spoiled, So I was living by myself at the time. It's $50. I said, but if I get a record fee $50, that's gonna put me in the whole back for my other bills. So I can't be on team. I can't be on team. I can play. I said, but you gonna be on team? You don't have to pay for nothing. That ain't no. Y'all don't understand. I gotta make sure the bill is paid. I gotta make sure when I put my key in the door, I don't have to worry about nothing. That $50 could put me back. And so, and I love basketball. That's what Facebook. I love ball. I still love ball to this day. But Priorities come first. When you run a household, when you're by yourself or you have your family. Because a lot of people think, oh yeah, you live by yourself, you run your own household. Yes, you do run. You live by yourself, you run your own household because you have to make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
Family has got more people in it. I understand. But when you by yourself, nobody ain't helping you.
Nope.
That's what people understand. When you were sick, when them bills had to be paid, no matter if you're sick or not, them bills had to be paid.
That's right.
When you gotta fix something, you gotta get up and fix it. So, but we don't like to talk about stuff like that because they say, oh, but you don't know what I said. I told people, you don't know what it's like. And there's also a black male, black woman live by. I said, you don't know what it's like that you be sick as a dog. You got to get up and travel and pay a bill.
Yeah.
Mentally, you got to, because you got to think about the household. But I'm happy with that because my late parents instilled me. Because I see they had to do it. You know what I mean? I remember, this is now I'm talking about living in Virginia now. I've been in Virginia almost 12 years. So now I'm talking about going on maybe 4 years I've been living in Virginia and stuff because I came in there down, someone happened with the ex when I was living in New York. My older brother took me into Virginia and I stayed with him a few months and I got my own place and stuff like that. So I want to explain to people why. So going on 4 years being on my own in Virginia, I was sick as a dog that day, and I remember it was cold. I was like, it was 2000. No, pardon me, not 2000. I was 2012. Pardon me, 2014. I never forget. It was cold in Virginia. It got cold, and I remember I had to pay a bill with Sprint. That's when my cell phone was with Sprint, and I was sick. Mm-hmm. And I remember I talking about my late months. He said, "Why don't you just get in the cab?" I said, I just gotta be paid. It was partial. I said, if I pay a partial, I can have it on for 2 months and everything. And so I gotta pay the partial so the 2 months kick in. And I'm told I was sick as a dog. I even called my brother. I said, can you come get me? Listen, I paid for gas. I can't do. I had to get up. I'm talking about get up, take a shower. Snowing. It's cold. It's like New York cold, like in the 30s. And I gotta get up, take a shower. Drive myself up because I can't go out there just wait. I gotta drive myself. Yeah. I gotta get back in the cover, be warmed up with my clothes on, and put my clothes on. Out of coat, hat, and everything, and walk to the bus. Usually, where I live at, walk to the bus. It's like maybe I can get there like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Tops. It took me like 20 minutes to walk to the bus. I see 2 buses pass, but I had to pay that bill.
Yes.
And I'm sick as a dog. I'm walking like, and people say, oh, you all right? So I'm fine. I'm waiting. I'm trying to hold myself. I'm weak. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I got on the bus and then, bus driver, good brother. He said, yo, you want to sit down? I said, nah, I got to stand up because if I sit, it's going to be hard for me to get up. And my body aching and everything. Hey, blessings. I got there, paid my bill. And everything, I didn't have to worry about it. Blessing the 3 months you didn't have to worry about. So, all right, cool. But the thing about it, it got colder. It dropped to like 15 degrees. So like 32, it dropped to like 16, 17 degrees. And I'm like, in Virginia, that's unheard of. When you talk about like in March, this is like in March 2014. It's unheard of. And so I said, I can't wait, but I gotta catch a cab. But I thought I ain't had no cab money, so I put on my podcast. Oh, I do have cab money, and so cab wasn't even coming. So that's one of the times I had to get. So I think I got to get me something to eat. So it's just like, for instance, like I have to make sure I take the bus or I should take cab because I need a sandwich and I need a soup. But see, if I get that, if I take the bus, it's gonna be cold again. Then I have to reheat the soup. I do soup, and I gotta walk in these elements. And now I'm talking about the snow is really coming down now. It's thick. I know about New York, so that's what I'm saying. It's thick. Mm-hmm. And so you see these cars don't know how to drive in the snow, crashing each other. Yeah. So here for me, I said I gotta catch cab. I wanted to, so I got the food. Blessings, I got home safe. Called my late mom, so I got home safe. But the soup got a little cold because I had to wait for the cab. And I got to get up. So I sat at the table. I said, oh, God. with my coat on and everything. Cause you know what it is. It's hard. Even you sick. It's hard to take off your coat.
Yeah.
You take off things. You deal with the elements. You weak and everything. So blessings again. I got up, heat up the food, holding myself. I'm holding myself up, putting everything in the microwave. I'm holding myself here and everything. God, fridge with good blessings. Pour it. Juice. Walk to the table. Cause I gotta walk to the table. Put it right there, heat the soup up and everything. And I was so weak, my body, my hands like this. I said, I gotta get this soup on the table. So got soup on the table. And then it take time to sit down, take my coat off. I just doing it on the bed in the bedroom. All back everything. And then you gotta sit down and drink the soup. And I had some crackers with it. I think I had something else. And it's energy to eat it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta have something. And it took me like about almost 20 minutes just to eat that, to make sure that I still had the hotness in me. You get up, right? Walk to the bedroom. Snuggle myself a certain way. Because I put the heat on already. So I snuggle myself up. Take the medicine. Snuggle myself up. And like that. Now, if you have a helper, somebody that helps you, that makes it different, that makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. But
I didn't have that. So when people talking about survival, you were talking about, brother,
mm-hmm.
that's part of survival that sometimes we take that for granted. When you live by, it's on you. Everything is on you. There's nobody you could say anything about it. And I live by myself, so I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not that easy. You gotta have this. You gotta figure certain things out. Mm-hmm. There's certain things is have to do without. Long as I can put my key in the door. Long as I see other things. So it's all about survival, family. So I feel like us as the people, we got away from that. We got away from that. It's okay. You can struggle a little bit, and learn how to do certain things. And it's like there are some people that's not being taught either, mm-hmm. because they see everybody doing it, and then all something. It's like that until. I need help now. They help me with that. And then they, it's so it's like it's a touchy. I say it's a very sensitive conversation, because if you never live by yourself or you never really run a household, I'm talking about with two people. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying nothing wrong. Do it one. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but sometimes. We don't really talk about the added addition of help. Yeah. Real help. I'm not talking about people of real help, of talking about deal with everything else, because I see my parents did it, and they ain't hardly had none, but they made it happen. I seen they made nothing happen. I seen one time my late father, because credit back then was prominent in our community. Mm-hmm. And that helped us a lot, when you get credit. And I remember my father said, yo, go to the butcher shop and get you a hero. He knows I'm good for it. My father hit him up. Mr. Thomas, don't even worry about it. I know you good. Sometimes they say, don't even worry about it. You ain't have to give nothing. Just like that. I'm telling you. And so when people talk about negativity, sometimes that helps. That helps a lot. It keeps our community together. Mm-hmm. I remember I used to go to here, get juices and stuff, because at that time, in the public schools, we wasn't getting free lunch and free breakfast as we should. Mm-hmm. It wasn't happening like that, especially in special education. Because when them buses come in, a lot of people don't know, when them buses come in like 8:30 and 8:45 that morning, most of the time, them free breakfast is gone. They locking it up now to clean up for lunch. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you missed out. And that's what sometimes my parents say, go get you, sometimes like, or even like go on the field trips. Sometimes that some of that money was not covering for the people, the brothers and sisters in special education to go, to get the free lunch. They had just a few. They didn't have nothing to really cover the classes they had. So that's why my parents say you go. They get the meat. Sometimes they get the meat, and you make your own sandwich and you take it with you because they didn't have it like that.
Yeah.
And it's deliberately what's happening back then to make sure that this franchise us and everything. So I know things. That's what I'm saying. Like, go back what I'm saying. When I got older and then live on myself, I learned how to do without, like, the miss. She said, this is like it's selling. Like, why are you selling? No, it's a Bible.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't really need it, I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, I tell her, if I don't have to, she said, why are you just doing it? It's all right. No, I don't. It's all right. I can always get it next time. I mean, I'm good with this. But it helps me a lot to appreciate being a grown up.
Yeah.
Appreciate being responsible. So in cases that something big has happened, I know how to deal with that better. I know how to deal with the finance better. I know how to deal with everything better because I know what it's like, not to have. Because when people take it settling, it's a bad thing. Nah. You don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have your health, right? You have other things, right? So let that save you. So in case something big, you have great appreciation. So, before certain things, I settle. I'm like, okay, what? You mean you're going? It's all right. I told Miss Alta, it's all right. You mean you good with that? You want it? I get it next time. Well, because I believe that this is also, I believe how to consider other people too.
Yeah.
Because when my parents was doing it, I was allergic to seafood.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't eat seafood. Only I eat fillets, and that's all I could eat. Everybody else in my family, my brothers and sisters, they was eating like seafood. So I said, I love burgers. Now you can fix me burger. I said, no, you don't fix me burger. Give me a hero. So deli meat and all that stuff. I was fat. I was straight. That sounds so neat. Yeah. I always been like that because I'm not the thing. They taught me, you cannot get what you want. And that's the thing about sometimes us as a people. We figure like when we get grown, when we live with certain people, we should get what you want. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why you should get what you want all the way you want? I didn't get whatever I want. When I was grown, while I was growing up, I didn't get what I want. I didn't get what I want. But see, when you tell people, you talk to people about that, you hate it. Oh, you're offensive.
Huh.
Oh, you understand, you don't know what's... There's old people had this saying that you gotta know the floor. You gotta know the floor before you leave it. They said, what do you mean? You gotta know the floor that means you gotta walk on that floor to know where you leave the floor. So my thing is that sometimes you do without could be a great thing. So sometimes it be greater things can happen. But we just always want to have, and you go in the real world, you don't know what the real world is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the real world is because the same thing. You always gotta have. Why you gotta? I told people all the time, why you gotta have, while other people suffer? Why you gotta have all the time? I mean, you already have. You have a safety net right here. Why you can't give it the ones that don't have it?
Mm-hmm.
Why you got to have it all the time? Why they can't enjoy the abundance that you have? You ain't losing nothing. Why you get to them? Oh, you don't understand. I understand. You live with some people, so you figure you don't have to. But you just understand what goes around comes around, right? Just understand that. So our people have to understand that that's how they was back then in the past. They shared. We work as a people. We work as a community because they shared it. And even maybe like they last, they shared so they can get something out of it. And then it comes back, and then it rotates back. But see, those stories they don't want to hear because they already. I gotta have it. No, you don't have it. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have everything. You see, I don't have it. I get case in point. It was one time I was traveling to see the miss. And I could have got off and give me a donut. I said, man, I'll wait. She said, you can get off like that and you can wait about another 25, 30 minutes. I said, nah, I'll wait. I said, I really don't need it. She said, why? I don't really need it. I said, I'll wait till I see you and we can eat. You know what I mean? So I said, I do it. So I tell people all the time, are you willing to learn to do without? At times. Or are you still going to give to people that already have? Mm-hmm. That don't have no benefit, but that I saw like when I used to do, I don't do it no more because after COVID, when I used to cook like a lot of food, sometimes I have extra plastic forks. I go around the corner where I live at. I used to give it to the ones who like drinking and stuff like that. I give it to them. They said, "What you want?" I just want you to survive. I don't really need it because I already got food. I live by myself. I don't need food. I give it to them. They said, man, they got DC too, you don't know what's going on happening. And good food too, because I cook. So I gave it to them. They said, what you want? I want you to survive. I just want you to survive. I enjoy a meal. I mean, dang, you drink and you ain't got nothing in some of you. Here's some food. Oh, you shouldn't do it. Well, I shouldn't do what? Is they part of the community too? I mean, so that's what. So something. See, I have to understand that I didn't care about my safety net. Why I'm going to keep the food that I can waste, that I can give to somebody, so for their decency, for their humanity. But see, we used to do that like a long time ago. But again, we love this evil system. We love it. We take for them, and then we got comfortable. We got comfortable, and there's a lot of souls out here that needs to be saved. I mean, quite a few souls need to be saved, and we want to be like this. So we still got a lot of work ahead of us.
Well,
we just got to keep on pushing.
I understand that, and I tell people about that. But this is my position. When you are riding the bus, and that bus is supposed to be there at 7:15. And you're not there, that bus keeps going. It's not going to wait on you because you're late. For some reason, in our community, we have this mindset that we have all the time in the world to get it right. And time going to wait for us. That's not realistic. That's not right. Now, for me, as I stated in a live stream on my channel not too long ago, for me, I think that the stars have lined up correctly. So the move that we as a people need to begin to make is right for the pickings. And I talk about, I'm not political like that. I just want to use the vote as a tool. I'm not political. I'm I'm not Democratic. I'm not Republican. I'm not. I'm not into all these different labels, liberal and all this other stuff they be using. I just see that the vote as a tool to use that is beneficial for us to get where we need to go. So I see that right now, these people are involved in the Ukraine. These people are involved in the Middle East, Hamas-Israel conflict. They are also involved in some other crap right now. So their minds is all in all these other places. You have a president that's abnormal. He's not like, well, ex-president. You have an ex-president, probably would be the next president, who is abnormal, who don't think like the rest of the suckers prior to him. I think if we acted and took the appropriate action, you can line all these things up: our money, our education, our intellect. We line all these things up, we can finally make that move and cause the change that we need to stop this revolving door. Because this revolving door should not be acceptable. We accept this. This evolving door, just round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Anybody been on a merry-go-round? It's got to come to an end. We think that we got all the time in the world to get it right. That's not realistic. When the bus pull in at 7:15, you don't get there to 7:25, you're done. You're in a time period that our ancestors wish they could have been in. This time period. You have more opportunity. You have the money. You have the education. And probably you will have a president of this nation. And really, if you presented yourself in a certain way, you probably would have the people in this nation that will support you in what you want to do. Because actually, you're doing it to uplift yourself, but in uplifting yourself, it's actually a benefit to the nation. And if they understood that it's not a blackety-black thing, and it's really beneficial to the nation, they would help you get where you need to go. Because then you put the pressure on them, because they keep talking about y'all lazy and you don't want to. Well, now we're taking actions. We're not lazy. We don't want to be dependent upon you. Now the ball is in your court, sir. The ball is in your court, ma'am. You gonna help us to get where we need to go, or you a liar? Put the ball in their court. Because you talk about, you keep calling to you're lazy and you don't want to do this. Well, now we're not. Now we're showing you where we want to go here. Are you going to help, or are you going to be an enemy to this? So you put the ball in their court. Make them expose who they really are. Either you're going to help us, or you're going to show the world that you always was and is an enemy to us. And we move forward. So like I say, the Mississippi campaign, just a thought. Believe me, just a thought. If the nation, if the world just saw you thinking that you're going to make this kind of move, you will see the response. Like, what? They going to do what? They trying to do what? Just the thought of it. The talk will be never ending. You ain't even really done nothing yet. Just the talk of it. You'll be on all the news nation. Well, you know, black Americans, they want their own state. What? They want their own state. I've had people call me, Caucasian people, asking, because they said they want to know, how do we plan on doing this, because they want a state of their own. And gradually it's happening anyway. In a few years, probably, Mexicans or Spanish-speaking people, they're going to mess around and take over states like New Mexico and California. They're doing it right now. So why can't you get yours? You have religious organization. What is the Mormons? You know, they have their own. They control their own state. What is it, Utah? They run.
Yeah, Utah around Montana and stuff like that.
Yeah, they run that type. They run that. So why you been here for 500 years? Why you can't get yours? You should get yours. And the Mississippi campaign, what it is, it's like a training wheel where you can learn. You can get to learn. Raise your hand, anybody out there in YouTube land. Raise your hand, anybody who created a state and governed their own state. Raise their hand, anybody. You don't have no experience running a nation. You don't have no experience governing yourself. So the Mississippi campaign gives you an opportunity because all this is already operational. The only thing you want to do is manage. The only thing you want to do is control it. If you can't do that, how are you going to build a nation from scratch and govern something from scratch when you cannot control, when you cannot even operate something that's already functioning? It gives you an opportunity, training wheels, so that you can learn and you can fall off the bike. You can learn to govern yourself. Because if you can't control, if you cannot manage this that's already created and in operation, you can't build no nation. So all that's a bunch of nonsense. If you cannot control a state in the country where you was born, how you gonna build a nation from the ground? That's fantasy talk.
Yeah, that too.
That's fantasy talk. And there's things to go with it. You know, I'm gonna say this, brother, and if you want to cut the conversation, that's cool.
No. I can stay a few more minutes.
Okay. See, I like Fidel Castro.
Okay.
I like Fidel Castro. Very rebellious person against the United States or whatever. They tried to kill the man 4 or 5 times. But what I like about Fidel Castro, now he only has a little tiny island, right?
Right.
But Fidel Castro lined himself up with one of the superpowers. Fidel Castro also lined himself up with some of the countries in South America. And what he did, he's a small country, but what he did, if Russia get into it with somebody, if anybody who he's aligned with get in trouble with somebody, he sends his small army to go help them. He has an alliance with these people. Yeah. For some reason, these black folks think they don't have to align themselves. They don't have to get no allies. Even this country was aligned with France in order to beat their mother country the first time around. Then, of course, they got into it with France, and even to this day, America, she's supposed to be the #1 superpower or whatever, she still has allies. You cannot become a world power and you don't have these allies because you crossing these lines. You won't. If some of these countries told America you can't cross over our land, they couldn't. Their armies couldn't move without problem because you're going across somebody else's airspace, somebody else's land. That's why you create these alliances. So that's ridiculous to believe that you don't have to have alliances. Also, the reason why I'm talking to you right now is because I made alliances with Caucasian people. It was Caucasian people that caused me to be locked up or whatever, but it was also Caucasian people that helped me get up out of that situation. If I kept thinking the way I was thinking when I first got locked up, I probably wouldn't be talking to you. I'd probably still be locked up or I'd be dead. I aligned myself up with a white lady who gave me law books, a white lady who sat on these meetings when they were scheming against me, and she would come and tell me they plan on doing this to you. And so that gave me an opportunity to counter anything they've done. They didn't know I had a spy. See, they didn't know that. They knew the black people might try to do something, help me. They didn't know the white. I guess they didn't pay too much attention to the white folks. By me helping a white guy, by helping him, that was the beginning of where I began to learn about the law. Now, mind you, it was a Moor. I was locked up with a Moor who knew everything, didn't tell me nothing. Then after I learned everything on my own, he's going to come to me and talk about, man, I could have told you, why didn't you tell me? I could have got out of here years ago. He kept the information from me. He knew what I needed to do to get out of there. But see, that's how things go.
Yeah.
And then it was a white judge. A black judge tried to keep me locked up. It was a black judge that tried to force medication on me. And the white male judges did everything they could to keep me locked up. But this white woman judge, she said she understood my situation, and she told me, I cannot give you legal advice, but you're an intelligent young man. Bring me what I need, and I will get you out of here. That's what she said. The next year, I knew I brought her everything she needed, and she was a woman to her word. Even before we even went to court, everybody in the courthouse knew that she was letting me go that day. Folks in the courthouse, the clerks, they already, well, enjoy yourself. You know you're getting out today. They already knew. But them pieces of trash that locked me up, they fought it all the way to the end. An 8-hour courtroom appearance. And the judge even said before we got started, you know, basically she was going to let me, she just basically was telling them, I'm going to let him go. But they have the right to say what they need to say. And they said it for 8 hours. For 8 hours. Because we got there like 8:30 in the morning. We didn't leave till like 5 or something. They just talking, running their mouth why I need to stay locked up. And she was there just like, everybody, she already done told these suckers she going to let me go. But that's the kind of people that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Then he talk about congratulations and want to shake somebody's hand. For real. But this is what you're dealing with. Nothing is going to come to us on no silver platter. There's no saviors. There's no messiahs. There's no ghosts. None of this stuff is going to. If you believe in God, God gave us a brain, because that's what helped me. I turned into myself. Let me think what I need to do to get out of here. What I need to do. And that's what we don't do. All thing I hear is emotional stuff. What I'm going to do and God don't say it. Folks laugh at you. Ain't nobody been liberated by no God at no time. Nowhere. You're going to have to do yourself. And that's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take suffering. And it might even take life. That's the reality of it.
Yep.
That's just the reality of it. And Malcolm said the ballot or the bullet. We know you don't want to take up no bullets because you ain't take up no bullets in 2005. You ain't take up no bullets in 2006. None of you suckers ever attacked a racist police station. None of you never attacked the White House. You ain't gonna take up no bullets. The only time these folks ever tried to use their guns. Now, they'll come to your house, they'll come to my house and get us, but they're not gonna mess with these folks like that because they know what's gonna happen to them. They're afraid of them. They know what's gonna happen to them. You're not even willing to risk your life just to make a point. They're not gonna do that. You're a bunch of cowards. Then when I call you a coward, you want to get upset. How the hell you gonna call me a coward when I'm calling out the obvious? When did you attack the Philadelphia police station? When did you attack Chicago police station or LA? All these racist police officers and police departments that you know is racist. When did you ever attack them? At no time. You sit on your ass and you watch women and children march. That's what these men done. Don't get angry. Why you here? You don't get angry at me. That's your actions. I remember that one brother trying to be Mr. Man in California, I believe. What was that brother name? Brother Philip X, I believe he was. He's going to try to stand up for this sister. These Asians beat the sister up at this nail salon or whatever the hell it was. Beauty product salon, whatever. Okay. He broke the window and all this crazy stuff. They took him to jail. And the next day or during the week, those people had some kind of 50% off weave sale or whatever. And those black women lined up for blocks trying to, to take advantage of the 50% weave sale. He went to jail. Where was all these people talking about, I'm violent, I don't play that? Where was they to help Brother Philip? They wasn't around. Why didn't they burn the store down? Why didn't they attack the police that was taking him to jail? They ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. I wouldn't advise that anyway. It's stupid. But you ain't gonna do it anyway. But that's how y'all talk. Forget Dr. King. I'm violent. You ain't done nothing violent. Because the opposite of non-violent is violence. You ain't done nothing violent. 2005 to 2024, what have they done since Dr. King? I'm not into that non-violent stuff. How many of our brothers and sisters have been murdered by the police? How many of them have been beat up and assaulted by police or been treated in an oppressive manner? Between 2005 and 9, where y'all violent people at? Then they jealous of the Black Lives Matter movement because they got more publicity and more traction. What was you doing? That ain't nothing but a hater move. And to talk about Dr. King, that ain't nothing but a hater move because your ass ain't done nothing. That ain't nothing but a bunch of haters. I don't support the Black Lives Matter movement because those are lesbians and they took the money. It ain't your money. You don't cry when the people that you give your money to, you don't cry when you give your money to whoever you want to give your money to. Because all your funky leaders and people, they ain't done a damn thing for you. How the hell you gonna get angry at Black Lives Matter because what they done with the money that they earned, that they got? It's not your money. How the hell you gonna get angry at them?
Yeah.
They can blow their money just like your leader. Look at Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan got $100,000 for a Savior's Day gift. What do he do? What is he doing for the community? It's all right for him to get $100,000 and live in a big house, swimming pool, movie star. But anybody else, they talk about the church. Your funky little leaders do the same thing. They try to live lavish and with fancy cars and whatever. Black conscious, all this blackity Pan-African type stuff, take in millions of dollars every year too. What do they do? You ain't no different. You ain't no different than T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen or whoever. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, it's not revolutionary. That's why the government has not come down on you. That's why YouTube and Facebook let you run your damn mouth because you're not no revolutionaries. They know that you ain't nothing but a damn church. Here I am with 10 subscribers, 10 views. Every time I turn around, they terminate my channel. I've had over 100 channels terminated. Always being harassed by these folks. I only have 10 subscribers, 10 views. Google is $1 billion corporation. They're going to take out of their time to come mess with me. Why would $1 billion corporation take their time to mess with? I had to go to court with Google. You ain't never been to court with Google. Louis Farrakhan was bad. He never took Google or YouTube to Facebook to court, Instagram. I'm the only one in these streets that actually went to court with these people. I'm the only one in these streets, 100 channels terminated. I mean, when they terminate me, anything affiliated with me, they took out. If you had my name in your title, they took it out. The only reason why I keep surviving, because I keep putting them channels back up. Pop, 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 pop. That's the only reason why I survive. I survive because the people want me here. Because it wouldn't make any sense for me to keep putting these channels and nobody care. But clearly they care, because every time they terminate my channel, I put the channel back up, they find me, and I'm right back here in your face, talking the obvious. You putting people down. I'm not putting nobody down. That's your actions. You the one said, I'm violent. But then I ask you, well, what have you done violent? There's a comment here saying, you're saying our people are too cowardly to execute a revolution except yourself. I'm saying, prove it. Because I'm game no matter which way. If you want to be violent, let's do it. But you ain't going to do it. You're talking a bunch of garbage. Yes, you cowardly. What have you done revolutionary between 2005 and 2024? Ain't done nothing except sit on your ass and pump your chest up like you tough in these YouTube streets. You ain't done nothing. Most people brave enough to challenge the system, a lot of them are sitting in jail or on probation. And none of you help them. It's people right now from the 1960s sitting in prisons right now. Y'all don't send them, you don't put nothing on their books. You don't even send them Roman noodles. Because they sacrificed their life for the people. That's why I said, brother, the hell with the people. It's a brother. Yeah. It's a brother named Natural Tahuti. They don't talk about him no more. He's sitting in jail, prison. Nobody talk about him no more. Nobody sending him Roman noodle. I was sending him money. I was putting money on his books. Until he stopped communicating with me. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But you're not talking about, I'm just telling the obvious. If you telling me you can ride a horse, but I never see you ride a horse, what do that say? Then you get mad at me, I can ride it. Well, ride it then. Let's see you do it. Yeah, I'm going to call you a coward until you show different. You've done nothing violent. You've never attacked the Ku Klux Klan. You never attacked the Nazi Party. You never attacked one of these racist police departments. You ain't done nothing. And the few brothers that do it by themselves probably dead on probation. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Except send your money to these scam artists. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do.
Got it. Yeah, this been great. I want to make your last one. This is how I do it. You make your last remarks, I'll make my last remarks, and we're gonna close it as a family. Matter of fact, before we do that, I'm gonna put down my email. I want you to take it down. I want you to email me so we can plug each other up, and then I'll be coming back to your channel and get this going, JT.
All right.
And before we close this, damn. Okay. Okay, let me see. Go through. Yep. Okay, that's my email right there, bro. So you can take it down. You can email me so I can plug you in.
Okay, Jay. jtblackman43@gmail.com.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. In closing, this is what we want to present. I'm not here to hurt people's feelings. I'm not here to down anybody, which I don't know how I'm going to do that because you're already down. So I don't know how my little words is going to make things any worse. You're already on the bottom. Reality hurts. Truth hurts. I understand that. And you think that I don't understand your mindset, but I do, because I come from the same place you did. But the difference was, for me, I've never been loyal to no belief or ideology. My mind was always open. When a atheist talked to me, when I was wearing a bow tie and selling bean pies on the street, I always remember what that atheist told me, because the things he was saying I didn't agree with, but the things he was making very, very good points, and the things he was saying stayed on my mind. You're not like that. You get angry because somebody brings you something different. You get angry because somebody telling you what you are. And it's obvious. I'm not making it up. I'm not going to give us, we've made a mistake and the time is over. I understand calling black people gods and warriors and all this fairy tale stuff. That's good to try to build self-esteem. But clearly it don't work. It's not working. And maybe telling you like it is, it's not going to work either. Nothing is going to work. But I'd rather, in 2024, I'd rather be truthful than keep telling you these lies and keep spreading these fairy tales. You're not a warrior. You fought no war. You've been in no battle. You're not a god. You have no power. You're not a king and a queen. You have no nation. You never ruled nothing. If so, prove it. You have not proved it. I'm not going to stand around here and continue to let these lies, these fairy tales be told, and these children repeat the lies, and they believe it. And you ask the poor child, you a god. They can't explain it because you ain't never been there. Where's your power at? Don't have no power. You a king and a queen. Where's your nation at? You don't have no power. You don't have no nation. You don't have nothing. But see, our vision called the Mississippi Campaign can put you in a position where you can prove all those things. Not just talk. So when somebody said, well, look at the state of Mississippi. Look what the power of God did. What can they say? I pass the mic.
I say this has been very good talking. This is, like I said before, this is a preview. I know people say, oh, this is a preview. I will be on the brother channel, and we're gonna talk. This is a preview. I enjoyed it. And I could say this, that, you know, as a black man, that I'm still gonna do whatever I can to help. Even if I disagree with the brother or not, I'm still gonna help because it gotta come from. But I know this much, that the black man and the black woman gotta restore the family. There's no ifs and buts about it. We gotta restore it. We cannot wait for the other people, other resources in the past help us, because they do not want us to be together. So understand the history. Understand the ones that laid it down for us, and let's get to work. Let's get to work. We still got work to do. And to understand that are you gonna be part of it or you're not gonna be part of it. It's your choice. I can't make it for the brother. Me and the brother cannot make it for you, even if I disagree. We cannot do it for you. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta understand the longevity of this too. And that's very, very important. Because we still got some catching up to do. And I'm talking about us as a people. I'm not talking about the humanity. Because you know that's another. I'm not going to talk about humanity because I can, but I'm not going to talk about it. But I'm talking about us as a people. We got to play catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's not, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it's like, so we got to understand that we got to build. And we got to understand, we got to have people that's going to have the mindset that understand that I got to lay something for our children or somebody else. So let's do that. Let's stop listening to the tone and just listen to the truth. Let's build. Despite of our differences. And I'm going to repeat it again. The only way we're going to restore the family, it's got to be the black man, the black woman. If you don't believe that, stay over there with the evil people, with the system of things. Stay over there. If you feel that we not worth fighting for, our value not fighting for, you stay over there. If you don't believe that the ones that came before us, and you don't believe what they saying, and they give us the tools to keep on building, you stay over there. Stay over there. It's your choice. But I'm just saying this though. If you stay over there, you stay. If you want over there, you stay over there. We gotta build. You gotta build. So thanks for everything, my brother. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
And shoot me some of the email in a few minutes so I can plug you in.
I don't think I can do it from this side.
Okay, no, it don't have to be right now.
Okay. I will.
You can shoot, a few minutes or a few hours. It don't have to be right now.
Okay, I will.
I just want you to shoot me something through the email so I can plug you in so we can have it.
Okay.
But thanks again, my brother. This is the last Morning Real Talk Part 99 open panel with no one grind. I will talk to one and only Angelsnupnup7. And thanks again, my brother, that you took the time and talked to us and then talked to me. We got to know each other. And I really appreciate that because you ain't have to do it, but you did. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. Good. I might come back on later on. I don't know. It really depends. It really depends on the schedule. But if it is, y'all will know. That's all I can say. All right. So be blessed. Stay blessed. Be blessed. This one is Ghost. Good afternoon.